Hello and welcome to Altman Z-Score Classic BlackBerry application. Thank you very much for taking valuable time from your busy schedule to review the functionality of this application. This application has been developed and enhanced in collaboration with Professor Edward Altman of Newark University's Leonard Stern School of Business to make informed corporate lending decisions, manage accounts receivables more effectively, select corporate equity and debt securities, identify and manage corporate defaults or turnarounds. My name is Srivatsa Das. I am the CEO of Business Compass LLC. Today it is my great pleasure to walk you through the functionalities of this application. Key features: analyze G, G prime and G double prime scores for public US manufacturing firms, for private US manufacturing firms, for non-manufacturing and foreign firms, to generate bond rating equivalent, understand percentile ranking, generate probability of default over time for 1 to 10 years time horizon in future, analyze trends over time, process data files uploaded through web from this application, share the result through email. Now let's take a look at the main menu. There's a primer, meet the pioneer, analyze, process data file, settings, references, help, call, email, about us, and exit. So now to primer. Professor Altman has authored a primer about what this application does and how the various models are applied. So this is a valuable tool before one starts using the application. Meet the pioneer. Here we describe Professor Altman's life's work and his contribution. Analyze. Here we ask you 3 sets of questions, and based on that we drive to a particular model and perform the analysis. Process a data file. If the data files have been uploaded to the web, those can be downloaded from the application and can be processed. Settings. This allows you to create a user ID, to upload data to the web, to change password, recover password, and change data sharing options. References. This is about Professor's book on corporate financial distress and bankruptcy. Help. We have a YouTube video that you could actually refer to understand how this application works. To press the call menu, that will go to make a call to our support. Similarly, you can press an email and send us a note. About us, basically it is our website. So with this, let's start with analyze. Here we ask for 3 sets of questions: public, private, manufacturing, non-manufacturing, US or foreign. So now let us select public, manufacturing and US. What we see here is we see 3 tabs. On the top we see input, summary, probability of default or PD. We see the inputs and we see 3 buttons at the end: add, clear, clear all. Let me familiarize you with the 3 buttons. Add will allow you to add more than one set of data for trend analysis, say for last year, 1 year prior and 2 year prior. Clear will clear the screen, and clear all will clear the screen in addition if data has been entered earlier and has been added for trend analysis. It will also clear that. So here we entered the current assets, liabilities, retained earnings, EBIT, sales, book value of liabilities, shares outstanding, share price, total assets, intangible assets, this is optional only if available, industry, we selected this form to be within the industrial and commercial sector. One note about the data I just entered here, all the numbers except share price, they are in thousands. You could actually make the numbers or supply the numbers in millions or billions, except for the share price. Share price need to be in actual units, the rest can be in the same unit. So now let us move on to the summary. So if I am Z-score with a percentile within the industrial and commercial sector, then percentile within all manufacturing sectors, and then bond rating equivalent. So if you would like to email the result, you just click on this. So supply the email address, and then your subject Z, and then you press send. Right? So this is how you share the data with yourself or whoever you would like to. Then the PD is for probability of default, and the top section is for existing bond, loan, and or all for all customers, and the second section is for new bonds and new loan issues. Now let us analyze the trend. We added this. Let's add this data. So we have entered second data set for 2 years prior. Let us add that. So now we see summary. This is the comparison. First record is for the first row is for last year, and the second row is for 2 years prior. And then similarly we see the probability of default on the first section. This is for existing bond, loan, and or all customers. Second one is for new bond and loan issues. The second column here, which is marked as 1 in column header, that is for last year's data, probability of default, and the 2, this is for the 2 years prior probability of default. Now let us move on to a private company. Let's analyze a US manufacturing, and this is a private company. So let us enter the data for this company. We'll clear it up and we'll enter the data for this company. We just entered the data for the US private manufacturing companies. A note about the retained earning, EBIT, and the net working capital. These three can be actually negative at times. The rest have to be positive. Here the units again, except for all the units again are in thousands. You could choose the units to be in millions or billions, but they all need to be in the same unit. And this company is in the electronic and transportation industry. Let's take a look at the summary. G prime score, percentile within electronic and transportation industry, percentage within all manufacturing sector, bond rating equivalent, and this is the probability of default. Again, the top section is for year 1 through 10 for existing bond loans, and the second one is for the new bond and new loan issues. Okay. Now let's take a look at a US non-public US non-manufacturing company. We just enter the data for the non-US public, sorry, this is the US public non-manufacturing company, which is in the wholesale trade. And let us take a look at the summary. This is the G double prime data, percentile, bond rating equivalent, and the probability of default. Now let us take a look at a US say foreign manufacturing. It's a public manufacturing and this is a foreign company. So let's take a look at that. We just enter the data for the foreign public manufacturing company in the petroleum sector. Let's take a look at the summary. This is a D double prime, percentiles, bond rating equivalents, and this is the probability of default. With this, we covered public US manufacturing, private US manufacturing, public US non-manufacturing, public foreign manufacturing companies. So now take a look at the process data file. So here we click on the fetch file names. So it brought all the files we have uploaded to the website. Now we select one of them, click on the file content. Now the result is ready, and now we see the probability of default. One thing about the fetch file names, fetch file content, the very first time you are entering, clicking on one of these buttons, if you haven't created the login and password through the application, then the application will ask you for the login and password. So in subsequent use, the login and password will be used. So settings, you can actually create a user ID and password to use with uploading data to our website, and change password if you like to change your password, recover your password, and change data sharing options. We ask your permission to collect the private firm data so that we can build the percentiles, and this is the way you can turn on or the option off. References, this is a book that professor has authored about the corporate financial distress and bankruptcy. Help, again, will play a YouTube video, and call will place a call to us. Email, if you would like to write to us, click on call, and about us will take you to our website. So with this, we covered the functionality of Altman Z-Score Classic BlackBerry application, the primer, meet the pioneer, analyze, process data file, settings, references, help, call, email, about us, and exit. I thank you very much again for taking your valuable time to learn more about this application, and please write to us. We are looking for your feedbacks to improve this application. With this, thank you very much.